On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Ho, ho, ho! Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Santa Claus.
And I'm Mrs. Claus.
Santa Claus, and we'd like to thank you for tuning in to our weekly radio program.
Reporting live from the North Pole.
We're actually at the South Pole. I'm Krampus, and this is...
And I'm the devil!
Yeah, baby! Hello, Geoffs.
Geoffs, we're reporting actually from
Betty
Bungalow. No rats in sight.
No rats in sight, and also no yellow couch in sight. I know, based on my DMs on Instagram, every time I posted about moving, I would get like 20 messages immediately like, what about yellow couch? Where's yellow couch going? What's happening to yellow couch? And yellow couch, we got her out. She is on the property.
She is in the garage with 2 Halloween skeletons sitting on her in place of us.
Yes.
And we are lying on the floor with blankets. So if we sound weird, we're just chilling.
We're having a slumber party.
We were just in your new backyard. We were talking about how when it gets a little bit warmer, we're going to pitch a tent. And we're going to camp out there.
I am just ready to pitch a tent. right now. Yeah, so moving. I feel like moving has just been my big theme the past few episodes, but it's so exciting to finally be here. It's so exciting. This is our first time recording here. And
better vibes. Oh my God. Nobody
vibes.
Driving by and... kids screaming and...
You thought we were good before?
Oh, watch out.
Yeah, check us out now.
New year, new house, new us.
Oh my God. All those New Year's resolutions, which we'll save for the next episode. I was dying, so Madison was a huge help to getting things over here with her Sprinter van. But last night we did like our final run from the last apartment to the house, and... You drive that thing? This huge Sprinter van, picture it. I know we've talked about it on the show before.
We have to talk about how it's going to be my one car.
Yeah, Madison has to get rid of her car. Her lease is up, and she's going to be driving this Sprinter van that is so large.
So huge. So my husband has his own car, and then he has a Sprinter van for like his artwork and like just transporting all that. And I have to turn my car in because my lease is up, and I drive maybe once or twice a week. Like, I really don't drive very often. You don't go anywhere.
You come to my house or...
Yeah, and so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to like wait a little bit till I really have to start driving again. And I'm just going to drive the van.
Why not?
I love it. I feel like such a badass. Nobody fucks with me in it.
Oh, she is large Marge in that thing. She is fucking doing wheelies and like spinning.
I drive it like a little...
You drive it like it's a fucking... What's that little car? The Mazda Miata or whatever.
A little convertible.
Yeah, you like spin that shit around. Last night you were like honking at people.
Well, remember we almost made it a convertible when we tried to go through the parking garage.
Oh my God, that's right. We went to Hollywood one day, and I used to have a studio there for work, and we tried to pull it into the parking garage, and we fucking broke the top of the van off. And we ignored it. We're like, huh?
I don't know. It's leaking.
We're like coming up with stories on what we're going to tell your husband. We're like, okay, well, say there was like this crazy bird tried to tear it off. We didn't know what happened.
Crazy person in Hollywood jumped on it. We almost died.
Oh my God. Speaking of driving, I have a long drive tomorrow, so we better get this show started.
You're right. You're going up north for the holiday.
Going up north for kind of the holidays, but also not. And then, yes, back again. I'm going back and forth. It's my sister's birthday on Saturday, and she's hosting a market that will have already happened by the time this goes out. But
I'm jealous. I wish I could go.
I know. Well, you got to go to her last one, her first one.
It was great. I told myself I wasn't going to spend any money, and then I ended up buying something from everyone.
It's so cute. My sister's been throwing these holiday markets for her company, Jubilee, and they're like just a dream, like little artisan crafts, and they're so much fun. So not looking forward to the super long drive, but also I don't mind a long drive sometimes.
It's a pretty drive.
Yes.
Not bad at all.
Not bad. You did it with me last time. I was gonna fly, but then
granted, I snored the whole time.
yeah, I'm like, actually you were asleep. But having Hot Dog, I don't know if she vibes with planes. It's just easier to drive.
Oh yeah. Probably messes with their pressure.
Imagine Doris on an airplane.
She would be
She'd be flying it.
Wing. How'd you get out there?
Like the colonial woman on the wing.
She is so nuts. So with poodles, their hair is so curly and it can easily get matted. And I groom her myself. And I try to brush her every day, but she got spayed and she had to wear a donut and like a surgery suit and all that stuff. So it just made her hair so matted. I could not keep up with it. So I had to shave her down a couple days ago. And my husband tonight, and he laughs. He's like, that's what moms do. They just like give you fucked up haircuts, you know? But he looked at her tonight and he's like, it looks like Doris had a BBL.
Because her haircut?
Because of her haircut. Because I think it's called the Miami. Her neck looks all thin, and then like her waist is
she looks like a bobblehead.
But her waist is snatched, but then I left a lot of fur on her legs. And so it looks like she has a big ass. It's just a little BBL.
At least one of us has something snatched going on.
I know. God, I'm jealous.
Oh my God.
So we have a little housekeeping to do.
Oh, we have a lot of housekeeping to do.
Where should we even begin?
Well, I'll say shout out to this podcast called Castology. It's like this podcast that share their recommendations. I think there's 3 hosts on it. I randomly came across this episode where they just said the nicest things about Obituary. And I sent it to Madison and I was like, oh my God, this was just so nice. Because they didn't send it to us or anything.
Yeah.
There was another article that I sent you.
You saw it on Twitter or something.
Yeah, from like medium.com or something. And they were saying something about Obituary. It was also so nice.
Love it. Well, speaking of .coms.
Okay.
And sources.
Sure.
We had an email from a listener. I'm going to keep them anonymous. But they wrote, oh my God, okay. The website that Madison cited for the succubus incubus was Sophia Gray, if I heard it right, which it is. I use sophiagray.com. She said, I don't know how many Sophia Gray websites there are, but that's the website where I sold my underwear in college.
Oh my God, good for you,
First
girl.
of all, good for you. Second of all, I can't use that website anymore.
You will.
I'm just on there like, do.
Oh my God, you're like buying college girls' underwear.
It's research.
Yeah, like Cisco looks at your search history. He's like, okay, you fucking pervert. I don't know what this is. Oh my God, I love that.
Oh, I love that. And then I've got another email from a listener that had kind of a little follow-up on your topic from, I think, a week or 2 ago with canceling services after death.
Yes.
And this person said, hello, I just listened to the latest OBITCH Legendary Truffle Butter, and wanted to share about how psychotic it was for me to work at a frickin' Massage Envy that required a death certificate in order to cancel a massage membership.
If my husband died and they asked for that, I would just put him on the table. I'd be like, all right, massage him.
Yeah, see how you like it.
Prove it.
You bring the urn. Shiro, I'm not sure if every location requires proof of death, but mine definitely did. And apparently one of the reasons why is because someone faked their own death to get out of the contract. They had a family member come in and cancel the membership with a fake death certificate. And a few months later, someone that worked at the front desk saw the dead member out in public. Any membership that makes you want to fake your own death in order to get out of, not worth having, in my opinion. Better think twice before getting someone that massage membership this holiday season. My God.
Jesus, we actually just got a comment 6 hours ago. I just pulled it up because I saw it earlier today and I screenshotted it from a listener who said, in response to the legacy topic, so same topic, my brother committed suicide by running out in front of an 18-wheeler, and the trucking company had the audacity to bill us for the damages to the truck.
What the fuck?
First of all, I'm so sorry for your loss. That is horrible.
Horrible.
But for the trucking company to say...
Put them on blast. Put their name.
I know, yeah. Tell us their name. We'll say it loud.
What's the trucking company name?
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah.
We'll call the 1-800 How's My Driving and
I'll pull up in my Sprinter and fucking...
Yeah, Madison's going to fuck them up. That's the kind of shit, though. The shit that, like... When I did that topic, I was, like, horrified at the amount of stories that were
like, have a little compassion as a company. Just, like... If someone's willing to fake their own death to get out of the membership, like this person was saying, just let them do it.
Come on, they're going through the effort. They made a fake birth certificate and everything.
But really quick, back to the massage envy story. I was going to say her name, and she was like, I would die if you said it. But now her Instagram just says Instagram user, so I can't. So I'm sorry.
Oh, I know. Instagram gets all fucked up sometimes.
Yeah.
Or massage envy got to her.
Well, message us. Message us after you hear this.
When I used to work at a salon when I was like a teenager, and we had a client who would come in. She was a regular, and we got a phone call one morning. Her son called and said that she had passed away. I remember we had a meeting that day, like a salon meeting anyways, just like to talk about like housekeeping stuff. And everyone was just like, oh my God, she was the sweetest. She was the nicest. But then it turns out her son had lied and she was fully alive.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I think like the front desk girl had been like calling to confirm appointments or something. And then he was like, oh, she's dead or whatever. And then they were like, what happened? Like everyone was like so concerned.
Yeah, because you build these relationships with people.
Yeah.
Too. When I worked for a makeup company, I won't say which one, but no, we don't talk about them. I was looking to hire someone new for the store, and I was, having different people come in for interviews, and this one lady came in with a neck brace, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's like, I'm sorry I'm late. I was supposed to be here earlier because she had called and said something happened, if she could schedule it later. And I was like, yeah, that's okay. Like, sure.
You're like, girl, we're at the mall. It's fine.
Yeah.
You ain't got a
Come
front.
whenever you want.
You could stop by Auntie Anne's and get me a pretzel on the way too.
You're hired. No, but she came in with a neck brace. I'm not laughing. She came in with a neck brace and she's like, I was walking. This is fucked up. She's like, I was walking to the interview earlier and a car hit me. No! And I didn't hire her.
You're like, was it a Sprinter van?
She didn't get the job.
Oh, she was like, but actually that's such a fucking good idea to just keep a neck brace in your car in case you're running late somewhere. Like,
God,
sorry,
I really hope, I hope she was lying, and I hope she wasn't, but she just wasn't qualified. It had nothing to do with her.
She couldn't put eyelashes on a person.
Yeah, she couldn't sell lipstick.
Oh, people are fucking wild, man.
Wild.
People are wild.
One last little shout out here.
I'm so excited.
We want to congratulate Mr. Connor and Andrea on their engagement.
An engagement.
An obituary engagement. Now, Connor reached out to us months ago. Andrea, if you're listening, he's a good one. He reached out to us asking if we could do something special for your proposal.
So we've prepared a song. Just kidding.
Congratulations
To you.
Congratulations
To you.
Congratulations, Connor and Andrea.
On your obituary engagement. Ooh.
Now, he reached out and he was so cute. He's like, I wanted to maybe do, like, maybe you guys could read an obituary that says R.I.P. to her single life. And he's like, I scrapped that, which we love. And yes, rest in peace to your single life, Andrea.
Goodbye.
That life is dead.
You are now a kept woman.
Oh, little ball and chain. And then he was like, I thought we could do like a funny dumbass criminals, something. Like, he was really all about making this so special.
That he even made the effort.
I know.
To ask her favorite podcast. I'm saying it. Her favorite podcast.
Her favorite. We are now.
We better be. That is the sweetest thing.
It really is. And married life is great. And I'm glad that you guys found each other.
Oh, according to who? No, we are very happy for you guys.
Very, very happy.
We're putting it right next to the obituaries and our wedding announcements. We should start a wedding.
A new segment.
Yeah, wedding announcement corner.
Okay.
Our very first obituary engagement.
We're kind of honored that you would want us to.
I'm waiting for our wedding invite.
Yeah. So
let us know. I'll stop at Crate and Barrel and get you a bowl or something.
Yeah. Perfect.
Hey, we have tact.
Before we get into coffin spinners, I've got more, baby.
God. What
All right.
else is in there? I wanted to end on the engagement.
I know, but we can't because we've got to talk about some Christmas traditions because Christmas is right around the corner. I was looking for the perfect card for you for your new house, and I have a whole box of cards that I collect. One year, Trader Joe's put out this like whole Victorian card Christmas collection. And so I was looking through it and I found one for you with a rat on it.
You sure did.
So that was great. But it prompted me to look into Victorian Christmas traditions. There are a couple things that I wanted to go over. Nowadays, you can find a Christmas tree ornament of literally anything that you want. I remember that we had a pickle ornament on our tree because we are a family that just loves pickles. But in the Victorian era, they hung glass pickles on their trees for different reasons. They would hide a glass pickle in the Christmas tree for good luck. And the person who found the pickle in the tree was able to open their presents first, or they were given a special gift for finding the pickle.
Wow.
Wow, baby.
Well, did it matter what kind it was? Does it have to be? You know what? Actually,
it was a glass pickle.
I only like dill pickles. I don't fuck with the butter, sweetened bread butter pickles or whatever.
I found the best pickles.
Did you?
At Aldi, of all places.
I'm scared to go there because I heard you have to put a coin in the cart.
You do. You do. And I went in there and I was like, I walked in and I did not have a quarter with me. And I walked in and started asking everybody for change.
What?
I swear to God, I was like, do you have a quota? I got to get a cart. And everyone's like, no, sorry.
You're panhandling outside of Aldi's?
No, inside. I had to go in the store.
What if they kicked you out? They're like, sorry, no solicitors.
Yeah. Someone finally gave me their card, though. The next tradition is Snapdragon. Have you heard about it?
No.
This shit is so interesting, and I want to play it with you. Everyone would sit around a table. This is adults and children. There would be a bowl or a plate of raisins. If you didn't have raisins, you could use almonds or plums or grapes if you didn't have them. And then you would pour brandy or some type of alcohol. It was typically brandy all over the raisins. You dim the lights, or it would be in like a dark room, and then you would light the whole fucking plate on fire. And the game was to pick out the raisins and eat them while they were still on fire. Look at this picture. Look at the girls. She's like, my hands.
What the fuck?
This was a legitimate game. I think they also called it Flapdragon also. But it was like a legit game. And you'd think that there would be more casualties. But it didn't have any. It was just like, I guess.
They're like, oh, Auntie, why did Uncle have to go live at the hospital farm? They're like, oh, God, one of the fire beats.
Why did you go to Hollydale? Well, son, he burned his fingers off. Richard Steele is a guy who had the Tatler magazine. I saw this on Wikipedia.
Whoa.
Said, quote, the wantonness of the thing was to see each other look like a demon as we burnt ourselves and snatched out the fruit.
It's fucking awesome. That's
but it was like a fun game. And then I read somewhere else that something written in the 1860s about how like the Christmas tree was kind of taking away from Snapdragon or something.
What the fuck? I'd be like, no wonder they had all this like hysteria and like all these like what was that, manic outside dancing, or what was it, the dancing plague? No wonder they had all these plagues. They're lighting raisins on fire and catching them in their face.
Imagine at the kids' table, you don't even let a kid get near a candle now.
No wonder the lifespan was so low.
Seriously. But apparently, I guess grapes and almonds and raisins don't hold a lot of heat, and when you put them in your mouth on fire, it's fine.
The shit we learn on this show.
We don't condone this game. I was just
kidding.
I do. We don't want to play it.
Do it.
Spencer!
Do it. I'm bringing it to the wedding.
Someone's gonna do it, and we're gonna be held responsible. No, absolutely not. Last thing is, apparently, we have the Christmas card tradition because of the Victorians.
Oh, who wants them? Yeah, we get it.
Are you, Spencer is fully laying on his back, just looking at the ceiling.
I'm just talking shit to no one in the room.
An artist named John Calcutt Horsley designed the first one for Sir Henry Cole, who was a very rich friend of Horsley's. According to listverse.com, they say, quote, Cole initially came up with the idea for a Christmas card after he realized that he was much too busy to write an individual Christmas greeting to every person among his family, friends, and colleagues. Cole was sure that a card with a festive image and a greeting would be a far quicker way to send his holiday wishes to everyone. After its initial success among Cole's friends, 1,000 of these new Christmas cards were printed and put for sale in 1843. However, the Christmas card was not successful at first and was even disapproved by the temperance movement, which feared that the presence of booze in several of the original card designs would encourage drunkenness. Ripley's.com said, quote, in another timeline, it seems that turnip men, murderous frogs, and bloodthirsty polar bears replaced reindeer, elves, and Santa Claus as Christmas hallmarks. At this point, Christmas was still a fairly new thing to be celebrated at all, and without the codified pantheon of characters we're used to today, artists came up with all kinds of wild images and scenes to wish people a Merry Christmas. They also said in the article, though many cards seem to be capricious one-offs, a few themes did emerge. Dead birds in many of these cards are thought to either represent the plight of the poor, who were likely to die in the cold winter streets, or to be a more general symbol for the winter season. It also says, as for kittens, frogs, and other weirdness, Victorians liked them because they were entertaining. In Victorian England, life expectancy was low, and it was common to see funerals going on every day. While depictions of death have thankfully fallen out of the Christmas spirit, it's much easier to identify with their love of cat photos. And if you look at some of these Victorian Christmas cards, they are creepy. They're scary. There's a lot of death.
They look horrifying.
Demonic.
Are these Halloween cards?
It looks like it.
Oh my God, let's keep the Christ in Christmas, my God. Well, speaking of holiday cheer, I think I'm going to get into my bonus obituary.
Perfect.
I have sort of a cult leader tie-in this week for my bonus obituary. So on Cult Leader, I talked about a man named Mason Huntsman, and long story short, he was the model for modern-day Santa imagery in subways for Coca-Cola. All these different companies used his likeness, and
That was so interesting.
yeah, it was a
Great
crazy story.
episode.
Thank you. Wow, you know when Madison says it, it's real. So this Mason guy was the leader of a cult in New Jersey prior to his modeling career, which is it's just a really interesting story. But for my bonus obituary, given the season, I thought I would find an obituary for the most famous mall Santa in the world. And I did. And it's a man named James Edgar from Brockton, Massachusetts. This is from the September 23rd, 1909 edition of the Boston Globe. It says, Colonel Edgar buried. Brockton, September 23rd, the entire business district of the city was darkened in a common manifestation of sorrow this afternoon for an hour, curtains being drawn in all the stores and offices in tribute of Brockton merchants to Colonel James Edgar while his funeral was being held. So all these department stores in Massachusetts like basically flew their flags at half-mast for this guy.
Wow.
Colonel Edgar had been in the business for over 31 years, coming from Scotland as a penniless boy, working his way up to a clerkship in Providence, Rhode Island, and entering business here with a capital of $1,500, part of which was borrowed in 1868. Which I'm like, why they gotta say all that?
I know, just putting his finances on blast.
Perhaps the most picturesque figure in business life the city has ever known, he devised extraordinary means of advertising and worked up the ladder of success until he was the sole owner of a mercantile business which occupies an entire block. Owing to the feeble health of Mrs. Edgar, the funeral was private, but friends and members of organizations in which Colonel Edgar held membership were permitted to pay their last respects between 12 and 1 o'clock today. The body rested at Colonel Edgar's home on Arlington Street, being brought here after his death at Lakeville. So back to his mall Santa business, just to tie that all in. He opened, as it said in the obituary, his own store, which he called Edgar's. And there, hundreds of children would pay visits around Christmas time to meet Santa, aka Colonel Edgar.
Aww.
He truly was like a real life Santa. Not only did he look like Santa, if he found out children in the area needed medication, he would anonymously cover the cost. And he even had an entire floor of his store dedicated to fixing up the shoes of homeless people in the area.
What a cutie.
Like a real life Santa.
Yes.
I loved it, so
I love him.
that's him. My bonus obit.
Oh my gosh. Well, should we take a little break before we get into our coffin spinners?
I think it's that time. We'll be right back. Well, I read the bonus obituary, so that means you're up first this week. So what's got you spinning in your coffin, my Mrs. Claus?
Well, we're going to go completely the other direction of the Christmas spirit. We're going to get into odor mortis. Odor mortis, or the smell of death.
Hey, that's what I call it when you take your Uggs off in my living room.
Don't tell people I have Uggs. They're warm.
God bless America. You know what the worst was? When girls would wear flats. Remember back in the day?
My feet would reek. I would buy that Gold Bond powder.
No one was safe from it.
Oh, the prettiest scene girls.
Yeah, every scene girl would like wear those little flats and they'd take them off and it would be like, what died?
Yeah.
Horrible.
Do you remember the shoes you could only buy at CVS that were so cool?
Nope. Just you. What are you talking about, girly?
I'll show you a picture later. They almost look like Toms before Toms were a thing. And you had to buy them in like the old people clothes.
Throw on your CVS shoes and your tote bag and your fucking extensions and you're good to go.
Good to go. So we've all heard that death has a super distinct smell, a smell that some say you will never, ever forget. ScienceDirect.com says, quote, odor mortis is an important component of the death process, acting both as an attractant for insects, rodents, reptiles, mammals, and as a repulsant, for example, meat spoilage. The study of odor mortis has just begun, but it has many potential benefits, especially in the forensic community. So the more I was researching this, I believe that we've developed these senses over time for survival, like to keep us from something. Or...
Sure. Like animalistic tendencies.
Uh-huh. Discovery News had a little video about the smell of death, and they explained it really well. They said basically that the sense of smell doesn't come in waves like our sense of sound or light. You know, like
Right.
sound waves, whatever. Instead, they said it comes in molecules that are diffused through the air and reach your nose. Their movement is completely random, and they just kind of bounce off of everything until they can, like, fit into a space.
Okay.
So the molecules go into your head and fit into certain receptors in your brain, and they trigger a smell. I'm like, oh yeah, there's not things in my brain that's like... How does my brain know that when I walked into your house, it smelled like a Christmas tree? There were just molecules up in my head.
They just know.
They just rushed up into my head.
I don't understand like how anything works.
I know.
But that is interesting. Like that's a very good visualization that differentiates it from like sound waves or anything like that.
How many little receptors are there?
There has to be millions.
Oh my God. And I wonder what COVID plays on those receptors.
Well, there's people that get that whole thing after where like they still, even a year later, 2 years later, nothing tastes, right? There's people who say that it smells and tastes like
so
death.
Bad. Yes. That's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
They then explained in the Discovery News video that maybe our brain has specific death smell receptors, which to me makes sense because I've always heard that the smell of death is recognizable even if you've never smelt it before.
Or from like miles away.
Yeah, it's like this innate sense of something is dead. However, smell is pretty subjective to everyone, I'm learning. And of course,
yeah,
like you like some scents, I don't. Vice versa.
Sure.
So your death smell and my death smell may smell a lot different. They explained that when protein decomposes, certain chemicals are produced, and the protein breaks down into amino acids, ornithine and lysine, which then break down. Lysine breaks down to cadaverine, and ornithine breaks down to putrescine.
I remember some of this, I think, from when we talked about the stages of decomp.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities. Cadaverine and putrescine are the chemicals that warn us and attract or repulse. And I also saw that those chemicals are also found in bad breath and semen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's not all death, but those are some of the chemicals that make up the smell of death. It's all subjective.
It's all subjective.
They also said that human flesh and pig flesh are very similar.
That's why they tattoo on pig flesh.
Oh, and they like do skin grafts with pig flesh,
yes.
Right? This is where I kind of want to talk about Anna Williams. She's a professor at the University of Huddersfield and a forensic anthropologist. Scienceline.org wrote a fascinating article that really piqued my interest. They mention Anna and all of her work identifying and breaking down the smell of death, and her work with law enforcement and the training of cadaver dogs. And I guess they're also called victim recovery dogs. Cadaver dogs obviously need to recognize a dead body, so what does that smell like to them? Anna also has a blog called forensicanna.com that I encourage you to take a look at because she has so many incredible posts on there. The same article explained there are over 800 chemicals that make up the smell of death. This article is titled "The Smell of Death: Mixing Ordinary Odors to Create Death's Perfume" by Diane Sabin. They also talked in this article with another forensic anthropologist, Arpad Vass. Vass actually works at the University of Tennessee at the body farm there. And he said that it is pretty hard to achieve the smell because, quote, there are multiple stages of death and each one has a slightly different chemical signature. He also mentions how each environmental change can affect the smell, like weather. If Arpad Vass sounds familiar to you, not only from working at the body farm, he was also the forensics expert that testified during the Casey Anthony trial and said that he found traces of chloroform in her trunk after studying carpet samples from her car.
Yes. Okay.
I found an article on that case on newsscientist.com, and it says, quote, "In a case that is gripping the American public, young mother Casey Anthony has been accused of murdering her 2-year-old daughter. As jury selection for the case continues, speculation is growing as to whether the judge will allow a sample of air collected from the trunk of her car to be presented as evidence of the smell of death." And I remember when this was happening, I remember her father testifying, saying that he was concerned about the odor in her car. And that he had smelled that same smell a few years prior, and it was a decomposing body. I guess before he was able to get his hands on the car, her car was towed, and the tow yard supervisor testified also, saying that it smelled like, quote, a dead body.
I did an episode on her, and I remember all that.
Yeah, it's an interesting case, even for that, because I don't think they've ever, in the history of cases, have brought in a sample of air and presented it as evidence of the smell of death. The smell of death is just a very strong smell that registers in our brain that something ain't right.
Something is amiss.
If you want to know what each stage smells like, that same article that I talked about on scienceline.org listed all of the little cocktails that make up the smell of death in each stage.
Wonderful.
So I want to go over those. It is from Arpad Vass's Odor Mortis. They say that the general death smell contains citrus, gasoline, pineapple, freshly cut grass, rotting radishes.
Oh, I was with you until the radishes.
I know. I'm like, that sounds great. Coal, mint, tar, flowers, nail polish remover, and wine. They then go on to say that stage 1, which is fresh death, which I know you've talked about.
Yes.
A couple notes in fresh death are almonds, mothballs, fish, gasoline or nail polish remover, bitter herbs, rose, coconut oil, tallow, Crisco, and jet fuel.
They need to give them fun names like Jamba Juice. Like the first one would be like Aloha Pineapple.
Yeah. I love it. Stage 2 is the gaseous bloat, and that smells like asphalt, garlic, styrofoam, feces, gasoline, urine, plastic, and vomit. Stage 3 is the active decomposition, according to this article, and it smells like almonds, gasoline, bananas, molasses, boiled cabbage, rotten eggs, Windex.
Okay, I like the smell of Windex.
So do I. And then stage 4 are just the skeletal remains. They don't have like a huge, like a super strong smell, but it can still smell chemical. There's dry cleaning fluid, paint thinner, coal, mint, tar, citrus flowers.
That one doesn't sound bad to me. Maybe the tar.
Wait, the more you go down in the article, it says, plus these returning chemical scents: almonds, coconut oil, hyacinth, ant panic pheromone, Freon fridge coolant, tallow, bitter herbs, and gasoline.
I love the smell of gasoline too. Well, the almond one, when you the cyanide is...
Yeah, almonds, if you eat too many, can kill you.
Whenever they're trying to determine if somebody died from like poisoning or something, if you smell the scent of almonds, they're like, oh, it was cyanide.
Dead. That and cherry pits, I think. Cherry pits contain that too.
And if you eat a watermelon seed, a watermelon will grow in your stomach.
And thought we could make up some cocktails maybe later.
Hey, maybe. I'll bring the gasoline, you bring the almonds.
Perfect. What's got you spinning, Santa?
Well, this week I'm coming in hot. So hot, you might melt just standing next to me. We're talking about adipocere.
Oh, yes. My favorite.
AKA corpse wax, and it's fucking gross.
Okay.
I feel like this is just like our nasty episode.
Ugh,
We're
isn't every episode nasty?
We're so dirty. The folks over at livescience.com, I don't know if it's livescience.com or livescience.com.
We'll never know.
Somebody tell us. They wrote an article that I love called Goo of Death Helps Solve Mystery of Headless Corpse. Quote, a headless human corpse floating in a bay of Lake Brienz in Switzerland, first thought to be a dead sheep as its thigh bones and an upper arm bone were encased in a cement-like cocoon, has divulged its secrets. The macabre substance coating the torso and parts of the remaining limbs is called adipocere, a fatty, waxy material that sometimes forms from a decomposing body's soft tissues.
Oh, God.
Adipocere is familiar to investigators. It can make identifying a body and pegging its time of death tricky, but it's foreign to those of us who don't come into regular contact with decomposing bodies. The article also mentions that records of adipocere extend back to the exhumation of remains in a Paris cemetery at the end of the 18th century. Sometimes considered a form of mummification, it forms when the decomposition takes a strange turn, and basically what happens is fat in the soft tissues transform into this hardy soap-like substance. The substance acts as a preservative and resists normal decomposition, according to Douglas Ubelaker, a senior scientist at the Smithsonian Institution's National Museum of Natural History. Quote, we know certain factors that seem to be important in triggering that transformation, he said. These include an oxygen-free environment, the presence of certain bacteria and body fat, warm temperature, a mild alkaline environment, and moisture either in the environment or from the body itself. While formation can take time, some research indicates that it can begin within a few days after death if it's in the right environment.
Wonder what that smells like.
Like Dove, baby. Listen to this. So, Ann Ross, an anthropologist at North Carolina State University, said a lot of people say it's greasy. I always think of it like a thick cottage cheese consistence because it's kind of clumpy. Barf. But now get this. I read another article from scientificamerican.com and it talks more about the discovery of corpse wax in Paris. Quote, when the Cemetery of the Innocents of Paris was removed to the outside of the barriers, the buried corpses which had accumulated to the depth of 60 feet, so all these corpses were, I think, were just like stacked on top of each other, were found to a great extent apparently converted into fat. The substance of skin, cellular tissues, and tendons, all the soft parts, and even the bones had completely disappeared, leaving only the fat, which is just so gross to picture. Because I've seen, like, on medical shows, they'll, like, show, like, these yellowy bricks of, like, fat. It almost looks like earwax or something. Blah, 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 scientific facts. Now, my favorite part, back then, in the 1800s, this human fat was employed to the extent of many tons by the soap boilers and tallow chandlers, like candle makers of Paris, for the manufacture of soap and candles.
So they use that for... No.
I'm like, what in the 1800s Bath and Body Works is going on? Imagine
the names of the candles.
Oh my God, they're like, this is scent of Madison.
This is her thigh.
Mine would be like a fucking like candlestick.
Skinny candle. Mine would be a full-bodied, like, 12-wick.
Oh, she said the 12-wick. It's a menorah, baby. Happy holidays. But yeah, so I mean, because I'd heard before about corpse wax, and I'm sure you've experienced or come across it during your research.
Excuse me? God, you think I'm dying over here?
Shut the fuck up. No, I'm sure you've gone through it. No, but I'm sure you've seen something about it in our research.
But I didn't.
For our scientific show, you idiot. You know what? I'll say we know a lot of scientific facts now,
I know,
and
it's so stupid.
We've shared a lot of scientific facts too. Like we're educating people.
Oh my God, I know, and ourselves.
Give us an Emmy, my God.
Oh my God, we need a streamy or whatever those podcast things are. No, when I would read about corpse wax, I thought that it was just like a beautiful layer of wax that like covered your skin or something.
When I first heard the name, I always thought corpse wax was something that like they would use during the embalming process or something, or to like prepare, because I know they use different waxes and stuff, because like the makeup that they use, which I want to talk about on a future episode, it's almost like a wax like substance. But yeah, so it's literally something like, it's basically like the fat from the soft parts of your body forming into wax.
Oh my God. If you cook something like, I don't know, bacon, or I know you've been a vegetarian since you were like 5, but if you've ever seen a pan that has like or some people I know will save the fat because you can't put it down the drain.
Yes, I've seen that. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. Oh my God. Just can't even imagine.
A body? Oh my God. Imagine how many bars of soap they could have made out of King Henry VIII.
Oh my God, a whole store.
They could have. He's putting the Beyond at Bed Bath and Beyond, baby.
He's putting the work in Bath and Body Works.
Oh, yeah.
So wait, go back. How does it form? It can just form on anyone?
It has to be like a specific set of circumstances.
Okay.
So that one guy was saying that it's like, or at least what they presume it to be, it needs to be like an oxygen-free environment, the presence of certain bacterias and body fat, which we know from even talking about so much about like body farms and decomposition process. There's different bacterias that form at different times, and it's all based on environment. So it's another one of those situations of environmental effect on a decomposing body.
Fucking Mother Nature. It's like, you don't know what's going to happen.
She's
to
like,
you.
oh, you're going to be in that oxygenless hole. Well, guess what? You're going to turn into a fucking candle, bitch.
She's a bad bitch.
Oh, she doesn't care. She's like, hi. I'm like, you're going to melt off like Lady Di.
Oh my God, I know.
Oh my God, make a candle out of that. Oh God, well, I guess it's time to get into some obituaries.
Oh, yes, sir. I've got a Santa obituary also.
You do?
Yes.
You gave me a look when I started my bonus obituary.
I was nervous. I was like, I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board.
Oh my God.
2 things before I get into the actual obituary. There is another little funny article that's not connected to this, but in Norway, a few years ago, a newspaper, which I know I'm going to butcher the name, Aftenposten, and it's like the second largest newspaper in Norway. They released an obituary for Santa Claus, and people were saying that they had declared war on Christmas. The obituary read like, this is for Father Christmas. Santa died on December 3rd in the northernmost point of the country. He was 226 years old. And the funeral will be held December 28th at the North Pole Chapel. I don't think it was them that put it out. It was like they just approved an obituary.
Right.
People were pissed. They were coming for them. They had to apologize. It was a whole thing. Again, they said they declared the war on Christmas. So, pretty nuts. But there is another Santa Claus whose obituary I found on legacy.com. And he was a man that dressed up as Santa and brought many people cheer. His real name in the obituary is just Santa A. Claus, and he looks exactly like Santa.
Really?
Yes. So it goes like this. Santa A. Claus, age unknown, of Easton, passed away on Thursday, August 27th, 2020. Santa was the husband of Dolores M. They celebrated their 58th anniversary this past April. Born in Allentown, he was the son of the late Patrick F. and Martha M. Santa had a variety of jobs from Mack trucks to fence contracting and driving trucks. His primary occupation for many years was working as Santa Claus at the Concord Mall in Delaware. He was a member of Our Lady of Mercy Catholic Church in Easton and at the former St. Lawrence the Martyr in North Catasauqua. What the fuck? What?
Kata who?
Catasauqua.
Say it backwards.
Probably be easier. Santa was a life member of the Triborough Sportsman Club and was extremely well known for his trap shooting accomplishments. He was responsible and participated in raising a sunken barge which was used on the Lehigh Canal. He was a longtime member of the Allentown St. Patrick's Parade Committee and the Lehigh County Division, one ancient order of Hibernians, where he held all degrees. He was a 4th degree member of Calvary Council numbered 528 of the Lehigh Valley Assembly, where he was a past faithful navigator. Santa was the 2004 exalted ruler of the Elks Lodge number 70 in Binghamton, New York. Santa was a volunteer fireman for 27 years at various fire companies. Surviving his wife Dolores are his daughters, sisters, grandchildren, family, all of it. But we still don't know his actual name. It's just Santa A. Claus, and he was a mall Santa.
Maybe it's him.
Maybe it's him. The picture of him is great. Looks just like him.
I want to see it. Oh, he does.
So Santa.
It's funny because some men just turn into Santa.
I love it.
Oh my God.
I think
Tis
it's
the
kinda
season.
Cute.
You want him to come down your chimney?
Yeah. I do.
I love it. 2 Santa obituaries in one episode.
Are you kidding me?
2 Santas, 1 obitch. Love it. For my obituary this week, I have one that I thought I did on Patreon. I know I found it around the Patreon time, and I love it. I'll read you the first obituary, and then I'm going to read a second one that came out kind of everywhere. This is from the New York Times. It says, Count Gottfried von Bismarck dies at 44. London. Count Gottfried von Bismarck, the troubled scion of one of Germany's most famous families, has died, the police said Wednesday. He was 44 years old. The Metropolitan Police said Bismarck, great-great-grandson of Otto von Bismarck, the Prussian chancellor who unified Germany, was found dead Monday at his apartment in the Chelsea district of London. British newspapers reported that he had suffered a heroin overdose. A post-mortem examination was to be held. Gottfried Alexander Leopold Graf von Bismarck Schonhausen was born in 1962 and educated in Germany and Switzerland before attending Oxford University in England. As an undergraduate, he was known for his flamboyant wit, lavish parties, and extravagant appearance, which at times involved dressing in fishnet stockings or lederhosen. His life was clouded by 2 deaths at his homes. In 1986, Olivia Shannon, 22, the daughter of a conservative government minister, died of an overdose in Bismarck's bed at Oxford. Bismarck, who was not in bed at the time, was not implicated in the death, although he was fined for possessing cocaine and amphetamine sulfate. Bismarck eventually settled in London, working in finance and telecommunications. He remained out of the headlines until last August, when 38-year-old Anthony Casey died from a fall from the roof terrace at Bismarck's home.
He fell.
Dr. Paul Knapman, presiding over an inquest at the Westminster Coroner's Court, said there had been a, quote, gay orgy going on. The police concluded that the death was accidental, and the coroner's verdict was death by misadventure, meaning no one was to blame. But then this little obituary or death notice that went out mainly on the Telegraph UK said Count Gottfried von Bismarck, who died on July 2nd, 2007, age 44, was a loutish German aristocrat with a multifaceted history as a pleasure-seeking heroin addict, hell-raising alcoholic, flamboyant waster, and a reckless and extravagant host of homosexual orgies.
Oh my God. Wait, this is 2007?
Yeah, he seems like a character.
A character that should have lived in the Victorian
ages.
He's
from this like aristocratic family of just partiers and wildness, like a wild family. I feel like there needs to be
a movie.
Yes, or like a series.
Oh my
God.
God.
Oh, forget The Crown. Show me Queen Elizabeth doing lines.
Oh my God. Some men and some.
Might put a little more pep in a step, my God.
God, I know.
Come on.
It's just a walking corpse.
Hi. Oh, man. All right. Well, that wraps it up. I guess it's time for some dumb
ass
criminals. Let's do it.
All right. I've got a bad Santa for you. In Ottawa, Canada in 2007, this whole thing happened. Now, the Canada Post has a little program for Santa Claus letters from the North Pole set up. It's called Write to Santa.
Aww.
So children would send in their letters to the North Pole, and Santa would send them letters back. Do you remember that as a kid?
Yeah, I remember like at Nordstrom's, actually, funny enough, there was an area where you could write letters to Santa and he would write you back to your address.
Oh, cute. I remember when a couple of my nieces and nephews were younger, they had like, you can track Santa.
Yes, the
internet.
Santa tracker.
Yeah, thought that was so cute. The letters are just typically a standard printed message and a little personalized note from Santa. There's usually like thousands of volunteers doing this out of the goodness of their heart and in the spirit of Christmas.
Sweet.
Very sweet. They started receiving some complaints for some guardians and parents.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So complaints from guardians and parents of children who wrote letters to Santa, anticipating a sweet letter back. And instead, they were sent a letter from Santa, but with really rude shit written on it.
Why is that us? That's what we would do. What do you say?
Okay, I am going to die laughing, okay? In all seriousness, I'd be fucking pissed if I were a parent, but you just gotta laugh.
What was he saying? What was he saying?
Okay, wait. So CTVnews.com talked to Rosalind DaCosta, who was a parent that received one of the letters. And she said, quote, "I couldn't believe it. I stood there with my mouth open, not even believing what I saw. That's the one last thing you've got in the world to believe in. There are so many bad things in the world now, and now Santa's bad? It's just not fair." And that was in 2007, and I was like, God, lady.
Yeah, wow.
2021, I wonder what you're thinking
Hey,
now.
the recession was going to hit the following year. I hope you must have been in a dark place.
Yeah.
What was he saying?
Listverse.com said that he wrote, "This letter is too long, you dumb shit." and your mom sucks dick and your dad is gay.
Oh, fuck! Oh, my God.
So, and then I saw one that wrote back like, "Santa hates you."
Oh, my God.
Fucked up. I would be pissed.
Oh my God, I love it so much. This is like a prank phone call, but via letter.
But not for a kid. Canada Post urged all of the guardians and parents of children receiving these types of letters from Santa to monitor what it says first before giving it to them.
Sure.
And temporarily had to suspend this sweet program. Ottawa police investigated and are going to prosecute with the fullest extent of the law, they said.
Oh.
This means that whoever did this could be charged with tampering with mail, which could lead to prison and fines.
Please.
Well, a month later, so January of 2008, they in fact found the naughty little elves who sent these letters, and CBC.com reported on it, saying, quote, "The culprits responsible for writing and mailing at least 10 inappropriate letters containing curse words and descriptions of lewd acts were minors," the postal agency said. They also said, quote, "Canada Post was horrified at the news last month that some recipients of mail from Santa in the Ottawa area had received inappropriate letters. While we apologized personally to those families affected, we also publicly announced that we would take every step possible to find the person or persons responsible." And they did.
Okay. I know you're saying you'd be pissed if it was your kids.
I would monitor it first.
Think if you got it, well, I mean, because a lot of these kids, they're probably not even able to read.
That's true.
If you had a child and they wrote to Santa, and Santa wrote back something fucked up, you would call me and you would be like, "Bitch,
I'd be in the
guess
closet
what he
with
said?"
wine. Like, oh my God.
I would be dying laughing if someone wrote that shit to my kid. Sorry, kids, life's rough.
Oh my God, when we have kids, they're going to have tough skin.
God. My dumbass criminal, I fucking love that. That might be one of my favorite dumbass criminals so far. My dumbass criminal is a real petty husband out of Kansas. In September of 2017, 70-year-old Lawrence Ripple entered a Kansas City bank and flashed his gun to the teller demanding cash. He walked away from the teller's window with about $2,500, which, to be honest, I'm like, that doesn't really seem worth it.
Honey, if you're going to risk it all.
I risk it all. I'd be like, go to the back. Get more.
Take me to that little safe I see in movies that you walk in. Yeah.
What are you going to fill? This $2,500 is that's like a rent that goes in like an envelope.
Yeah.
That is not a lot. I mean, it turns out Lawrence wasn't actually too interested in the dollar amount because what he did next is highly unusual for somebody who just robbed a bank. He walked over to the security guard and said, "Hey, it's me. I'm the guy you're looking for."
What?
When officers arrived, and the FBI, because the FBI has to get involved, I guess, with bank robberies, they learned that Lawrence had intentionally planned on getting arrested and taken to jail in order to avoid his wife, who was at home. They'd gotten into an argument that morning, and he told her, while writing the note in front of her, "I would rather go sit in jail than be here with you right now."
Oh my God. I love that.
True petty king.
Petty king.
Some shit I'll just go to jail then.
He followed through. I mean, I think they need a divorce, maybe.
I think he's
counselor.
I think he's a dumbass criminal, Madison. Because guess what? If you want a break from your wife, you go down to the local bar.
You don't traumatize everyone else.
Yeah. Listen, what about the girl working at the bank?
Well, how about her?
That was her first day, you fucker.
You fucker. Now she's traumatized. Now she's not ever gonna have a job ever again.
Yeah. Now she's stuck at home and she's driving her husband crazy.
And now he's gonna repeat the cycle.
Wow.
Wow.
A chain of events, you dumbass.
This is how an anxiety brain works, by the way.
100%.
The cycle, the spiral.
Welcome to our spiral. Well, I think we've done enough spiraling for this week. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate.
Merry
We are.
Christmas.
We're waving right now. We finally got up from the ground. Happy holidays, everyone. We love you, and we'll see you before the new year. No, we won't. Yes, we will.
Oh, yes, we will. I think we'll see them New Year's Eve, probably.
Oh, baby.
Maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me.
Who knows? We don't know what we're doing, but we'll see you next time with some more coffin spinners.
Obituaries and
dumb
ass
criminals. Goodbye.
Goodbye.